this computer. Okay. So quick little intro for Amy. So Amy, if you follow her on social media, you can tell that she loves her family, extended family, her kiddos, her husband. She's a fantastic leader. She's super engaging with Plexus. Like you guys know, she's a sapphire jewel. And a little personal story with Amy. One of the first times that we really hung out was one of the conventions a couple years ago. And it was when I was pregnant with Grace, and I hadn't told anybody that I was pregnant with Grace. And we were all in the same hotel room, and kind of out of the blue, Amy was sitting by this window and she was like, "Are you pregnant?" And I was like,
Putting my foot in my mouth as usual.
I was like, how did you know that? Yes, like nobody knows. So that was kind of a fun little, I don't know, I just felt like that was kind of a little God moment that you knew that. So, so yeah, so without further ado, we'll start the Q&A with Amy. Amy, I'll just ask some of the questions that the team kind of had for you, and we'll go from there. Is that cool?
Yeah, I love it. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, so one of the first questions to start with is, do you use Facebook, Instagram, or both? And how often do you post on your personal page?
Ooh, good question, because I am just about to do a social media challenge. And so I've been doing a lot of research on this. Um, Personally, I do best on Facebook, but I am very consistent with my stories on Instagram. So for Instagram, let me just say I know what to do, I know what works. I don't always do it because for some reason I naturally go to Facebook first. But Instagram, the way to get the best engagement on Instagram is to use all of their features, their stories, make a post. I would not do more than one post a day, if or maybe every other day. But use the reels. They just launched the reels not too long ago, and they really reward people for using the reels. So I will always get more engagement on reels. If you're scared of reels like I am, because I'm 40 now, so I'm a little old too, and I was like, I don't know how do you learn these things? So guess what I do? I just go to YouTube, and YouTube will literally teach you anything. And my motto is embrace. I don't say bad words. It's like a really weird thing. So I'm going to say the stink. I don't say any kind of, anyway, I'm a weirdo about that. But just embrace being horrible at first. It's okay. Everything is practice. It does not have to be perfect. People just want to see your passion more than they want to see your perfection, right? So get out there, practice, make a reel. You can always delete it if it's the worst thing ever, but most of the time it's going to be great. And then they have the IGTV, and I think that's all the stuff. Oh, live. I rarely go live, but my point is, if you really want to grow your Instagram, use all of their features. And another quick tip for Instagram and Facebook, and I know Terry, I think you're pretty good at this. Engage with people that you want to engage with, that you want to see yourself a good 5, set the timer if you want, 10 minutes before and 10 minutes after. So those are just some little algorithms. Instagram, I'm going to give you my tip here. This is my personal tip, take it or leave it. I have 3 people that I personally watch every day. And it's because it's so interesting to me. Like I'm honestly not a scroller. I can't be. Social media doesn't stress me because I literally get on. I'm very, very intentional with I have a list of like 20 people. You guys know, if you're part of Building Freedom, 20 to love. I got my list that I know I'm going to engage with. I engage with those people, or anyone who engages with me, of course. But go ahead and comment before and after on there. But the 3 people that I watch, you know why I watch them? Because I feel like we're best friends. Like, they talk to the camera. Amy Pohl. Do you guys know Amy Pohl? Anybody watch her stories? My daughter begs me to watch her stories every night. Can we watch Amy Pohl? And it's because all she does, she knows her storyline. She knows who she is, and she literally goes around and shows you her kids on their farm. And it is so interesting to me. Roxanne Michelle, I don't even know her real last name. She has 2 little girls who are in cheer, and they are literally the cutest kids on the planet. But she's so good at just showing, like, just talk. Like I think we're best friends. She doesn't even know who I am, but like she's my best friend, you know. Um, and the other one, I love Bridget Ryan and her travels with the RV. So be you. Like open your camera and talk to it like you are talking to your best friend or your sister. Embrace your weirdo-ness. Like today, I was so disappointed. I had this whole thing set up for April Fool's Day for my kids, and I made my stories like, I'm gonna put a veggie tray in the Dunkin' Donut box, and it's gonna be so funny. And I was like, I'll show you the results. Well, guess what? Dunkin' Donuts took 28,000 days to the line was too long and I had to leave and I didn't get to do my joke and I had to get out there and be like, total fail. You know, but people love it when you're just yourself. So anyway, that's Instagram. I'm sure there's somebody who knows more, but I'm always consistent on my stories. But Facebook, here's my things about Facebook. Um, only post, what is this? Sorry, I guess it's fine. Hold on, it's one of my kids. Hold on, sorry. They're gonna come ask me for some sign that they, okay. I just got a code that popped up on my computer and I guarantee someone's gonna come in here. What was that code? Okay, with Facebook, same thing, comment before and after. Go live I go live 2 or 3 times a week, depending on the engagement. So if you have a really heart-to-heart good post on Facebook, only post that once a day, because if I make another post, I'm literally competing with myself. Depending on, now if I have a post and literally it's crickets, I delete it. Just get rid of it. Nobody has saw that. Another little theory of mine, this is just my guess. Again, I don't know. I heard this and I was like, that makes sense. If you post a picture that has words on it, I think Facebook hides that because of all of the, you know, all the debates out there and the political stuff. They couldn't censor that. Like they couldn't censor all the memes that people were creating to share their feelings of how they feel. And so I think Facebook kind of censors all of it. And just, so if you want to put a picture up, don't put words on there, put your words up here. But also, what's the other thing? Or you know how you have those colored backgrounds? Use one of those. But if I post something and it's engaging and I get tons of comments, I don't post anything else the rest of the day. I literally just engage with that post all day. I'm sorry, I won't answer all of them this long. I'll be quiet now. I'm like, she said 15 minutes. I just used my 15 minutes. Sorry.
You're good. I'm sure we would all stick around if you had time. So, okay. Could you share your follow-up system after signing newbies to help with retention?
Ooh, yes. So I just revamped my team page. I'll just say it this short way. It's called the ATM method. Anyone know what that means? Okay, add, tag, message. So I just created, the reason I started this new wellness group and the reason with my team page too, it has literally been the greatest thing I've ever done. But I actually hired a business coach and the business coach helped me to organize my group. So when anybody asks me, hey, what's Plexus? You know what? That's an awesome question. I'm going to add you to our wellness group and I'm going to tag you in a post that'll explain it. But while I'm doing that, what are you struggling with? Okay. Okay. Fibromyalgia. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I'm using voice message, by the way. I don't just, people want to hear you. So add to your group, tag them in whatever it is that you know, that helps them. Your health and wellness is a great page in there that there's that's where I would add them in this team, I would assume, unless you have your own different one. But your health and wellness is that page. And then look for that testimony. I'm so sorry. You know what? There is another post in there that I think you can relate to. Let me tag you in that. So that's what I do. Now they're going to join, right? They join, same exact thing. Now I'm adding them to my business page and I'm going to say, hey, I just added you to our team group. I'm going to tag you in how you're going to get the best results with your product. Oh my goodness. Stop it. Sorry. Same thing. Okay. And that's what I do. And I have this beautifully nice detailed now onboarding system that, oh, you want me to show you? I don't know if I should show you. I don't know if you want to see it. You want to see it? Can I share my screen or no? I don't know.
I don't know.
But anyway, but I'll just tell you then it's, I don't mind showing you, but it's step 1, step 2, step 3. There's a guide. I use the guides section in my group, and it's literally step 1, step 2, step 3. How to create a curiosity post, how to do your live video launch. Those are only for business builders. Wholesalers will not do that. And how to do, what's the third one? How to share with sincerity. So basically how to reach out. And I just walk them through it. I literally just take people through the process and I take them as far as they want to go. If they don't want to make their curiosity post, then that's okay. I just take them to their next step. So that's what I do. I just kind of, I am trying not to handhold as much as I used to.
I hear you on that. I've talked to a bunch of our leaders about that too.
I'm working on it.
Yep. I know it's hard to get out of the habit of it.
Yeah.
Amy, what were the 3, step 1, step 2, step 3, curiosity post?
My third one is a video for like 3 live video. Like this is for a business builder, by the way. So, if they make a live video on what they're hoping for. So basically that curiosity post, but in a video. You know, if they make that video of what they're hoping for and why they're doing this, but don't mention what it is, there will be lots of people who ask them about it, right? And then the second one would be, so you to have them say you're going to do 3 videos this month. The second one's going to be a live unboxing. You got your products, okay? And then you could even be like, I don't know what this does, but I heard it helps with my sugar cravings. I'll let you know, whatever it is, depending on the person. And then the third one is just an update of how they did after 30 days. Okay, this is what I did on the products. This is what I felt. I didn't feel anything, but I understand that it's going to take 3 to 6 months, whatever. Or, oh my goodness, I had the best sleep of my life this month. What just happened? Whatever it is. Will everybody do that? Of course not. But the business builders will.
Yeah.
And there's also a document in there of exactly like checklist what to do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love it.
That is awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, so the next question, any great advice or tips on ghosting? This person said it seems like it's Halloween or something. I'm being ghosted like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, to me, that's just a mindset issue. I don't worry about it. I mean, okay, a tip would be talk to them about something different. So again, I had somebody yesterday that was supposed, they're like, oh, I'm joining today. Next day, oh, I didn't get to all the time. I'm going to join now. And then I didn't hear from them. So I was like, hey, I just let them know I don't want you to miss out. So just so you know, the dollar thing ends today. Let me know if you need anything. No response. So then I went and commented on her picture. Oh my goodness, he's getting so big. He's so cute. Like just totally changed the topic. And then she saw me comment. And then later on, I was like, thank you for sharing that video of your little guy. Oh my goodness, he is just the cutest thing ever. So of course she's going to reply to that. And then she'll say, by the way, and she told me today, I'm so sorry, but we decided we're not going to do it right now. Girlfriend, no worries. Are you kidding me? That's okay. I just want to help you. But I'm going to add you to our wellness group. Well, she already was. And just, take a look around. When you're ready, I'm here, whatever. That's just me. But truthfully, let me just tell you, it's not you. Okay. It's them. They're afraid. You're afraid, right? You have your own fears, and we're pouring into, if you're on this call, you want to learn, you are pouring into personal development, right? And you're afraid. People just want to feel better, but they're scared there's no changes. Like they're scared. And also there's been different times where I'll just say that to them because I want to help people stop saying no to themselves. And it's not about me. It's not about you. And if they're not ready, they're not ready, and that's okay. And so I would say, Terry, it depends on your personality. Okay. This is my personality. Take her, I'd just be like, Terry, I know you're ignoring me because you're scared and you're going to think that I'm harassing you. please know if this isn't for you, it's not for you. You're my friend first. I just want to help. And please don't be afraid to tell me you're not interested, because that's fine. But I also don't want you to be afraid to try this, because I know you need to feel better. And that's all I want from you. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, share your heart and then let it go. Don't even, that's fine. You know what I mean? It's fine. That's not about you. It's about them. And non-time. Okay, real quick. I had a lady named Gina who's been with me 6 years. Gina ignored, okay, this is back when I started and I didn't know, and I was Spamela Anderson, okay? I literally sent those spammy messages every night. I sent 40 of them a night. I'm not joking with you. So I had no idea who ghosted me. I didn't even know. I was too busy. I only paid attention to those who said yes. But for Gina, apparently she was on my list. And apparently I sent her quite some messages, you know? So I would be like, whatever I would do. 6 months, she completely ignored me. And it was usually like whenever we had a deal, which we always have a deal. But I'd be like, hey, Gina, I just want to know if you want to come to this event. Hey, Gina, I just want to know how are you doing with your anxiety? You know, whatever it is. Like whatever. I was always in her inbox. One day she was in her closet praying. And I thought she hated my guts. By the way, I assume she literally hated me. She was praying and she's like, Lord, if Amy sends me one more message, I'm going to know it's from you. I sent her a message right then and there, like while she was praying. I didn't know she was praying, but I was like, Gina, you've been on my heart. Are you ready or not? So I just did it. I don't know. And guess what? It completely changed her life. I mean, I can't even tell you. So, you know, and she told me afterwards, she's like, Amy, I wanted to do it this whole time. Thank you for not giving up on me. It's just that I was so afraid of disappointing you. I didn't know what to say. She's introverted. She didn't know. So, and I was assuming she hated my guts. So, you know, just assume they love you so much and they just don't know what to say. You don't really know what they're thinking, right? So just decide to think that they think you're the greatest thing ever, but they're just scared because you're just so incredible. You intimidate them. So just decide that, because either way, who knows, right?
For sure. That's a great story. Okay. I'm going to do 2 more questions if that's okay, Amy.
Yeah.
Time wise. Okay. So the next one is, could you talk about what got or maybe still gets you through those dry spots when it feels like you or your team has lost some momentum?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I would say mindset work. It's a mindset issue. So you don't feel like doing it, right? Sometimes, even though, like, just throw on a podcast, open a book, something that'll get you inspired, right? Another thing that really helps me is plan something, like something that you have to, like this call, right? I don't know if there's anyone you might like. Let's pretend, Claire, that you just didn't want to do this just because you were tired. You didn't, you're in a funk, but you have to because you planned it and people are now depending on you. So sometimes what I do is I'm like, okay, we need an event. We need something, like, put stuff on your calendar, fill up your calendar, because activity is the thing that's going to cure feeling stuck. And then mindset work is going to help you to know that your worth is not tied to your numbers. Because a lot of times people get stuck because, and you know it, I know everyone here, I'm speaking to the choir. There's rank ups, there's people growing, there's someone showing that their team added 200 and you had 3 that you were really proud of, right? But like, you start that comparing game, or maybe you're not getting results that you hoped for, whatever it is, your worth is not tied to that. The stories of people that got there in a year, I told you, I love Amy Paul, I love Bridget Ryan, right? Love their stories. Their story is not my story. I'm not double diamond. It took me 4 years to get to Sapphire. And I said something to Julie King the other day. She's doing so great. And she was like, oh, she's getting her first jewel. And I was like, that's amazing. It took me 5 years to get my first jewel. She's like, Amy, it took me 5 years to get to Emerald. We all have our story, you guys. You know who inspires me? It's that there was a lady who re-ranked. Um, she re-ranked in Emerald this month, and the people were like, but read the whole story. She ranked Emerald 5 years ago. And she had like, she got all the way down to like gold points after that, but she never stopped showing up. So don't, so it wasn't it wasn't Jeannie Giddings, but yes, her story is so inspiring. Um, but just, get your mindset right and do some activity and make it not about you. That's you just got to keep doing. I have a team. You got somebody that you can't quit on them. So, and you can't quit on yourself. Anyway, that's about the gist.
Yeah. Alicia posted that story that you just mentioned, Amy, in her team page. So if I'll try and tag you guys in that so you can see it, or maybe even share it.
I cried reading that. Like
Really?
that's the
I saw
story.
the post, but I didn't read all of it, so I need to go back and read it.
Oh, go read it. Because you know what? I think about that woman, and I don't know her, but I can tell you right now, during those 5 years of getting from emerald back down to gold or senior gold, whatever it
Yeah.
was, do you think she wanted to quit? But like, look how she inspired so many. Your story is your story that God is going to use. And we don't know if it takes us 20 years, you guys, it's worth it.
Yeah.
So be thankful. Oh, real quick, be thankful. Another thing is sometimes I feel in a funk or like just don't want, you're like, oh, I lost my sapphire rank. I'll just tell you, we pushed so hard to get to sapphire, I didn't maintain it. And you kind of feel like, oh, like it's hard. But then I think to myself, are you kidding me? Look what this has done for my family. Like, let's just stop for a minute and write down all the blessings, and how dare I complain or how dare I even think about quitting.
Yeah, that's good. I have a sign up in our living room that says there's always, always, always something to be thankful for.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have to just remind myself of that. Okay, last question is, what are 2 things, or maybe a couple things, that you've learned have helped you to help your team promote?
The first thing would be mindset. Okay. I don't know how many of you know this story. I'll tell it real quick. Last year, I was hanging on to my emerald rank by a thread. For probably 2 or good 3 years, I would tell my husband every month, honey, we only added this many people. Just so you know, I'm probably not going to hit emerald. Just so you know, I'm not going to hit it. I would tell him that every month in a panic. I have built so much out of fear of losing it, because this is our main income. I hit it, but once you hit it, you guys, there's a whole level of anxiety and stress that come along with disappointing your family or yourself or others. And if you know me at all, I have never, ever stepped away or took a pause, or I haven't. I have showed up every single day, but I've done it from a place of fear. And not always, I'm always doing mindset stuff. So there have been times where I wasn't, but for the most part, I was. And it was Bob Heilig who literally said to my face, Amy, you do not need another system. You do not need another, product or another company or another team or another upline or another anything else. You need to fix your mindset. And so I did this thing called the Formula for Transformation. And and some of you who were out, I know Vicki and Terry, you guys work with me on Clubhouse. You've heard this 10,000 times, but it's basically just switching your thoughts, like capturing your thoughts and replacing them with truth is in a nutshell. That's what it is. And he has this little formula that he would do. And he told me, don't do anything else but this for 30 days. So here's how I helped my team and why we had massive growth after that. Number 1, belief. It was that boy that hit emerald in like 6 weeks, the one from Mexico. You guys remember that? What happened when that happened? Or what's her name? That I love her so much. My mind's going blank. Anyway, what's her name? Anyway, there's another lady who like flew to diamond. They got like diamond emerald, like Robin Sullivan, if you know her. Okay. Watching these people like fly through the ranks, all of a sudden people started believing we can do this. It's the belief. Literally nothing changed, but here's what I started doing. I had a girl, classic example. She came to me and she was like, I can't do this anymore. Nobody, I don't have anyone to reach out to. I don't know anyone. Even if I do, they've already talked to everyone else, I don't know if you felt that way, but that's how she was feeling. And I said, okay, read what you just wrote to me. I want you to read back. Before I would be like, no, girl, you got this. You're amazing. People love you. That's what I would do before. But this time I said, her name's Jenica. She doesn't mind if I tell this. I said, Jenica, read back what you just wrote to me. I said, how does that make you feel? Miserable. Okay. When you're feeling miserable, what do? Nothing. I don't share it a ton. Okay. So when you're doing nothing, what results do you get? Exactly what I just said. I'm like, okay, so just for fun, what if this were true? And I literally flipped everything that she wrote. And I basically said, I've got products that can change lives. I care about helping people. I have access to tools that I need to, grow a business. Whatever. I'm capable. I'm smart. I love people well. I want to help them. Like, I want to help my family. I said, okay, now what if all this was true? How would you feel? And she was like I could be diamond. And I said, okay, if you feel that way, how are you showing up? And she was like, well, yeah, I guess I would reach out. I guess I would show up and do this. And I said, okay. And then if you would show up in this way, what results would you have? So I started just coaching people through their mindset instead of trying to just tell them how amazing they are, because they don't believe it. I could believe it all day long. They didn't believe it. So it was a mixture of belief and just mindset work. And then real quick, honestly, personally, it's been my ATM method and my systems. Like, we just had a girl who joined in January, and she fast started to senior gold, but she had about 20 rank ups on her team, all silvers and super silvers and 2 golds. You want to know why? She started when I started this ATM, and she's just been doing it. No one else is really plugged in yet. Yeah, they'll get it because they're going to start seeing it. I'm going to promote it like crazy. But she did, because she joined when I did it. She thought that's what we're supposed to do. And so a system, an easy, simple system that you stick to, and mindset work. So, because people don't work when they don't know what to do, right? Do you guys feel that way? Like, you want to do it, but you're like, what do I even do? So this system gives them, they know what to do. That's it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Okay, so there's lots
So
more
sorry,
questions.
I went over your 15-minute limit.
I know. No, that's okay.
I'm a talker. Can't help
it. I'll go ahead and stop it there. Amy, thank you so much for sharing with us. I know a lot of that, hits kind of a target, like the heart of, I think, what some of our leaders have been, just needing new perspective with. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kylie, I took so many notes too. If you heard me typing, I tried to mute so you couldn't hear me typing.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
I absolutely love you guys. I love your team. I can't wait to hang out with you in Mexico this year, because you're all going to be emeralds, right? Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Listen, the guy I told you that hit emerald that quick, right? He joined in March. Like, all the momentum, you guys can already feel it. We are in the momentum phase. Let's be like the trailblazers for it, instead of the ones who catch on in June. Right. All right. Well, thank you, ladies. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amy.
Bye. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.